On behalf of the Swanage Railway, I'm delighted to welcome you to the Swanage Station for this special occasion. The Swanage Railway is one of the largest and most popular heritage railways in the UK. And as you look around at the thriving charity-controlled operation we see today, it's easy to take things for granted. I often wonder who wants to live operation. Assume that there has been a railway here since Victorian times. However, most of you are fully appreciative of the truth of the Despite a strong campaign by local residents, people felt close to every inch of track between the leaving nothing more than the overgrown traffic. Dedication and simple terms, politics and the local community refused to see their railway disappear, and over the next 45 years will require this team to see it reinstated and reopened. Initially, it was all about gathering local backing, to the approval of the local council. This was transmitted to the Swanage Town Council purchased the Swanage Station and Dorset County Council, the fact that Swanage had the remaining This enabled physical restoration of the railway to start in 1976, with the line being reopened from stages to Hurst and a while away in 1984, Northern all the way in 10 days ago with the relaunch of the first timetable passenger trains between Swanage and the National Rail Network of Wales in January 1972. A magnificent and indeed long overdue achievement, with the realisation of the core objective of the preserved Swanage Railway, and this has quite rightly been widely celebrated. Now all we need to do is sustain this for the ongoing benefit of local people and visitors to this area of outstanding natural beauty. As I'm sure you will appreciate, operating a community diesel service to and from the main line on top of our heritage steam train service increases the demands on our resources and the standards by which we have to operate. I can only apologise for that. We are very survival, and we are political to themselves to donate much of their lives for the railway's cause. This was recognised on June when we received news from Buckingham Palace that we've been granted the coveted the prestigious Green to Water Voluntary Service regarding the GMBE voluntary groups. The citation for the Green to Water praises the Swanage Railway Trust quote, developing the heritage railway to reinstate services between Swanage and Wareham for the benefit of the community. This is something to be very proud of. Amongst the very best examples of a volunteer who leads by example is Frank Roberts, who I've been privileged to know for 33 years and who served the railway for 34 years in a number of capacities. Back in 1983, as a young Territorial Army soldier in the 30th Signal Regiment, Frank launched our new telecom department. Soldiers, he would feed 30 miles of Dublin to the big man school management between here and Hurst. So began the 33 years of close association between the Swanage Railway and the Royal Squadron Signals, with Frank playing a leading role in coordinating the channels of this During this time, the council was on the exercise to Hema line. Work undertaken by Royal Signal soldiers mainly supported the railway telecom department. More recently, soldiers from Royal Signal have played a vital role in maintaining and developing the first pulse. In addition to being our first newly built station and also the hero a number of members exposed to parts of and in view of its relative remoteness, I would add my appreciation for the fact that after 6 years of work, the Royal Signals and Swanage Railway has just recently been unveiled in the Waterfield today. The centre of now the involvement of the Royal Signals Swanage Railway supports us in two key reasons. Firstly, they will fix the carried out on renewing its benefit of our staff gained by interacting with members of the military. It's also easy for civilian and military personnel to lead compartmentalised lives, and the exercise of the railway have, I believe, helped to increase our staff's appreciation of the vital role played by the British Army and the Royal Signals. I certainly experienced this firsthand myself in the early 1990s when a number of manual assignments took place involving soldiers for the Royal Signals who were based in Northern Ireland. Thirdly, and at the risk of appearing slightly mercenary, there has been a direct financial benefit to the Swanage Railway. It's a matter of historical fact that in the early 1990s, the Swanage Railway experienced a financial crisis. At that time, approximately 150 soldiers commenced payments to become Premierised members of the Swanage Railway Trust, which in turn directly supported the Trust's Operation Millstone, an initiative to pay off the £250,000 bank loan. At this time, the Mercury Group was established by the banks. Patrick Lamb, and this membership of the railway was vested in the company and remains so today. Around 100 members of the armed forces completed their payments, and around £35,000 of income was realised as a result. An absolutely vital contribution, and I should mention that the benefit of PLM is free travel for life on the Swanage Railway. So a special thank you and warm welcome to PLM today. Major General Crackers, Colonel Cannon, Colonel Benson and all connected with the Royal Forest Signals, past and present. On behalf of the Swanage Railway, we should thank you most sincerely for the support and for your help over the past 33 years. Long may it continue. And so, to the important business of naming this impressive locomotive. Now, between 1937 and 1989, two mainline locomotives, one intercity power cars, previously carried the name of Royal Signals. Frank first started exploring the ideas of naming a locomotive 10 years ago, and having obtained the blessing of the Royal Signals Institute in Blandford, set about investigating the various options available. This will be the first time that a locomotive will carry the full name Royal Forest Signals. I'm delighted to welcome and introduce Mr. John Smith, Managing Director of GB Rail Freight to the Railway, who will explain more to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark, for that fascinating history of the railway line, which I have fully appreciated. About the no dining, is there beer on board? Wine, yeah, they'll do, yeah, I've never put you anything, things like that. It's great to be back in Swanage for me. We were here 2 years ago to name one of our other Class 66 locomotives after the railway itself. It's good to see the microclimate is just about staying good for the weather today. There's a lot that's taken place in the 2 years though since I last stood here, and a little bit about GB Rail Freight. We're now the third largest rail freight haulier in the UK. We started the business 15 years ago when there was only two of us. We now employ upwards of 700 souls driving this type of equipment behind me all over the country, as far north as Inverness, right away through the Channel Tunnel, although this piece doesn't go that way, but with other locomotives through the Channel Tunnel to Fretton. We carry goods and various other commodities as far south as Italy and into France as well. But the freight market's not been good over the past 2 years. We've had a real struggle actually. I think it's the hardest 2 years I've experienced in my life working within GB Rail Freight. We've had some of our core commodities almost drop off a cliff. Coal, particularly steel, has not been good. And we've had to hunker down to make sure that the business has been successful. Most worryingly for me, we've seen the market diminish. You will hear a lot about the success of passengers and the growing number of people that travel. With the loss of coal particularly, we've seen a diminishing market. And one of the key problems for us within that is some of these core commodities what allow us to generate cash to speculate in other areas that might be more risky for what we do on a day-to-day basis. And indeed other companies that we compete with have seen redundancies. I'm pleased to say that we are at this about the progress and a lot of hard work, but it's mainly been contributed to by the great people that work there. And there's a number of people here today, including Dave Lamont, who's driving our loco, who work their nuts off to make sure that this railway works well. We just need a bit of stability politically. There's been a little bit controversial for a while. It'd be nice if the government stopped asking us all to vote on things and got on with the day job. Give business stability. But it's also been momentous the last 2 years for the Swanage Railway. I mean, do not underestimate the efforts that have gone in to reconnect this railway back to the network as a whole of Wareham. You know, the money that has been invested by the council, the efforts that have been put in by the people who work on the Swanage Railway, and the effort that goes in, you know, mainly by volunteers to actually achieve this is phenomenal in my opinion, and deserves a round of applause for everyone that's involved. So it's great to be back on our course today. There is a tradition, we like traditions. I've worked in the railways for 40 years. We like traditions. We named locomotives after football teams, which Steve mentioned used to be named after, including mine, which is Sunderland, which is not a good story. There were also many locomotives, as Mark has mentioned, that have been named after the armed forces, and 4 other locos that have been named after the Royal Signals, although we my father was a young man, he worked on radars in the jungle in Burma in the Second World War. So I grew up in the forces family, and I think I appreciate you talking to my father, the effort that goes from the Navy, the Army and the RAF on a day-to-day basis to protect us in this country. And again, a round of applause. So we've done this before. We do have a couple of other locomotives named that's the Great Central Railway name. We did that at Sheffield Victoria Station and commemorate the people that fought and died in the First World War. We've also got one that's named after Chinook. It's great that we did that. I'm not sure whether this is going around today, but I'm not sure if we get in with the local now. Should still be happening, so fingers crossed for that. And I've managed to get a couple of flights of Chinook helicopters, which is great. The GBRF has also strengthened its relationship with the armed forces on a commercial basis, because the Ministry of Defence contracts agreement we encourage material to the Ministry of Defence to diminish I needed to get a lot of tanks to Poland quickly. Could you help us out? My first question was, you need to get a lot of tanks to Poland. This is a little bit scary. But we managed it. And if you go on the internet, you'll see a picture of a Challenger tank. In fact, one of our trains was taken through the Channel Tunnel on its way across to Poland. We also moved some equipment down from Ludgershall as well down to the Channel Tunnel. And it's great to be seeing stuff like that moving back on rail again. So it's fantastic to be here. I'd like to say thank you to the Swanage Railway. It's fantastic to celebrate in this way. We'll travel all over the country. It's won't be done in the next. It'll be all over the country. The signals will be seen by many, many people as this train. So all it remains to do, I think Major General John Crackett is going to come up and help me unveil the nameplate, and I think we're going to do that.
We hope this is going to, just like the War Memorial, we hope this is going to go seamlessly. So, 1 second please. Raise standards!
On the guard! On the guard! Sir!
Carry on, sir, is that your limit?
being cyberspace means that information is becoming almost as important as weaponry. Information about where the enemy is, information about where our own people are from minute to minute, and data about ammunition and food and logistics that will enable a commander to formulate his plans. And of course, as we've also seen in the National Health Service recently, there is a cyber threat out there from people who wish to disrupt our use of communication and computers to prevent us doing what we so in the Army, it is the Royal Corps of Signals who have the job of being the Army's information specialists. We put in place networks that enable us to transmit information. We're responsible for the applications and the data that we assemble as a result of that, and we're also responsible for protecting the Army against cyber attack. Now, if you think that sounds a bit like civilian IT, of course you'd be right. And the skills that Royal Signal soldiers learn are similar to those that you possibly find in an IT department in your offices, companies like BT and Vodafone. And our signalers are highly skilled people and often take those skills out through life afterwards. But the difference with us is that we have to deliver that kind of information technology on the battlefield. An environment which is very hostile. Often there are nasty people trying to stop you doing it. It's done often at night in bad weather all over the world. So that's about what we do. We do the technology, so we're technologists, but we're soldiers as well. We're kind of information warriors, really. Well, we're deployed all over the world. Today, the Royal Corps of Signals has got 100 people deployed worldwide, trying to keep Britain safe, places like Falkland Islands and Kenya. And recently, deployed helping the police on counter-terrorist duties in the city of London and elsewhere. So we're worldwide, but our home as a corps is right here in Dorset. For 60 years, the home of the Royal Corps of Signals has been Bramford, just up the road. It's a major camp. We have regiments based there where all our soldiers do our training, and it's, if you like, our spiritual home. And you've also heard today about the links that have gone on over the past 30 years with the railway here in and people's railway in Swanage. More than 5,000 soldiers over the years have been down here onto the railway and practiced their trade and hopefully to the benefit of the railway. So it's given me immense pleasure to come down on Armed Forces Day, the day where we just give a bit of recognition for our armed forces, remember them, what they're doing on our behalf. To come to Dorset, the home of the Royal Corps of Signals, and to Swanage, which is so special in terms of the connection with the Swanage Railway. In conclusion then, the motto of the Royal Corps of Signals is swift and sure. I'll refer to she, yeah? She will be travelling all over the network now, fourth in her line, the name of the Royal Corps of Signals that we've seen all over the UK. All I'd like to do, just to conclude by wishing this locomotive is always swift and sure in carrying freight around the network. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I was going to say a couple of thank yous, but most of you have probably heard enough from me. So I'll just give a general thank you to everybody who is here today, everybody who has personally helped this come to fruition. It has not been an easy task to pull together, but one of the things which I was doing for 26 months is I was paid to try to get the railway into Wareham. So I totally understand why we've had to do things slightly different today, and that's because we have delivered, or we are delivering trains to Wareham, which is something that many of us alive and not so alive have been trying to do for generations. So thank you very much for that. There will be a presentation for those who are able to join us in the Royal British Legion later at 4 o'clock. But in a moment we'll disperse from here. The locomotive will shunt and then go down to the far end of platform 2. Down there. Roughly between now and then we invite the soldiers in uniform to go and have their lunch over there. Some of us will have a personal need break, Terry, and one final thing to do which wasn't part of the plan, and that is because I want to deliver some things to other people. So I'd like, please, recognising the fact that the Royal Signals have paid for these plates on this side. I don't know whether the other one's covered in cardboard and Harry Massey's for the co-op shoppers, but anyway, the 2 plates here have been paid for by the Royal Signals Association, is that right? Benevolent Fund, okay, but the rest of us from the Mercury Group and elsewhere have got 2 plates to present now to you. So Terry, let's start with you. Terry, we'd like to come up please and accept from us, whoever us is on this lovely day, to take back to Blamford, to the Royal Signals, wherever this place is going to go. So perhaps if Mark Franklin would come out with one of the plates. This is going back to Blamford. See me carrying that up to the British Legion and back down home and stuff like that. So that's number 1. And number 2, Mike, Mike, you've got a bad hand, but please stand up because young Harry Barrett here has got a present for you. Here we go. So on behalf of everybody here, this is going to the town of Swanage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. There'll be a train popping down here very shortly on platform 2. Soldiers to lunch, clear this space and photograph down there with Andrew at 1:30, please, 1:30, have a photo down there for all uniform personnel, veterans and anybody who's a good egg and had anything to do with it. Thank you very much, goodbye. Right.